Yeah, next speaker. What's your name? Oh, so we're going to talk about personal attacks. We're trying to first remember language, time, like many of you here, many years before, like you, I've done a lot of reading. Like you, I've met many places, family and friends, particularly conflict. That I in an open way, justice,
would like to also just put up here that we have a festival going on to support communities like you. It's called Festival of Support. It's fabulous. And it's happening right now in a place called the Button Factory, 2 Abbey Street of Cairo. It's a place where there is workshops, like youth workshops, lecture workshops. Raising this auction will be going to Ashtar Theatre in the West Bank, who's running a trauma program for people that have been experiencing the genocide currently happening, and also will be going to UNRWA. So please come, be present. If you're feeling down, it's not a place where you need to show up and be the greatest version of yourself. You just need to be in community over there. Just sit there, be around each other. Remember that you're not alone in this. Come and support the Obama. Come and support this. We show up here, it's amazing. Come show up there, be present. Our beautiful, amazing Palestinian woman here who came from Gaza. And she also has her things over there selling them. Beautiful watermelon key holders and keychains and a scarf. Come and support the community. And know that the food that you're going to be eating, at least the money is going to a place where people are being constantly right now. So if you need more information, come after the rally, please go to what we're over there, and I'm going to give you information for you. We can do this. We can do this. Just keep posting, keep believing, keep looking around you because we're not alone. Ever. Ever. We're not alone. Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Palestine.
We do have one. I'm going to give you a soft story, but we have one. Get a fire. What's your name, fire? Somalia. Somalia. What are you going to talk about today,
Some of you might already have heard of this aspect, but when you become independent from another place, you need recognition from other countries. So Bangladesh sent out letters to other countries to ask for recognition. And the first country that sent back a letter was Israel. So Bangladesh returned that letter. We do not want recognition from Israel. We are treated like
Tell me anybody else. I hear you, You're familiar? What's your name? What are you going to talk about today?
Talk about an endless struggle.
I recognize the accent.
I was born in the U.S., as you can tell from my voice, and I was born the year that the U.S. went into Vietnam, and I was in a family that was anti-war activist. So we protested that Vietnam War for all the years of my childhood, and it wasn't finally withdrew from Vietnam the year after I graduated from high school. So when you think this is a long struggle, imagine spending your whole childhood going to these kind of rallies all the time, big ones, small ones in your neighborhood, and without cell phones, and no laptops, and no internet. And we shut that war down. Finally. And then it went into another war, and another war, and another war, and that's how America's economy works. They make war. That's how we want taxes in the Pentagon, and you don't. That's our history. So the struggle just keeps going on, and Israel represents a situation that's important that everyone in the world be concerned about this particular war. Because it's setting a very, very bad precedent, very dangerous. That any country in the world, if it has enough nuclear might, it's sitting on an arsenal full of nuclear power heads or whatever they call them. Any country in the world could decide to be like Israel and just go rampaging across all its neighbors. So we have to keep this going. We've got to shut this down. And we can't let that maniac and native killer sitting on top of that huge arsenal. It's a threat to the whole world if that arsenal gets blown up in a conflict somehow. It'll bring us a nuclear winter, endanger our whole planet. So this is an endless struggle, because if it's not going to be Israel, it could be some other country. So we have to be vigilant forever and always stand up for this.
Little fire, thank you. Can we have a round of applause? Hoy may tapaki paki. Is there anybody else? Yeah, we got someone. Kira. Your name?
Bruce,
Hi, Bruce. What are you going to talk about today, Bruce?
I'm going to talk about hope.
Hope. Oh, I love that.
Kira and Salam Alaikum. I just want to repeat what Rana said previously, that we should retain hope, and things are happening, and I would like to point out something that's gone under the radar, which is that I think on July the 19th, the World Court, the ICJ, ruled that Israel's occupation of Palestine is totally illegal, and that they should leave, quote, as rapidly as possible. So that is international law. So we know there's another case, which was the case of South Africa against Israel, which is that Israel is violating the Genocide Convention and has to stop. But this is even stronger, which says no matter what Israel is doing in Gaza, they're not allowed in there. They have to get out. That is international law. So the current situation is a violation of international law. And things are happening in the UN General Assembly, which is every country. We are told that the UN is helpless because of the US veto in the Security Council. That is a lie. That's not true. The truth is that there's another rule which applies if the Security Council can't stop a crisis because of a veto. That rule is called the Uniting for Peace rule. It's from 1950, and it says the General Assembly can do everything that the Security Council could have done, but were stopped from doing it by a veto. So the UN General Assembly can be in charge under this rule, and in fact the UN General Assembly is meeting almost every week under this resolution. They're called special emergency meetings, and they can stop this very quickly. And in fact, this goes back to in 1956, something similar happened. Israel invaded Gaza, and they were kicked out by diplomatic pressure within just over 4 months, 4 months and 6 days in fact. And the diplomatic pressure was sanctions, pressure of sanctions from the UN and UN peacekeeping forces. So the General Assembly can order Israel out of Gaza within 24 hours. They can say, get out within 24 hours. And if you don't do that, we will sanction you. And we can assemble an international peacekeeping force with many, many countries. And take over Gaza and bring aid and let Gaza recover. And so they're meeting every week, and they have resolutions which aren't strong enough. So they have a weak resolution. So Francesca Albanese, you probably know her. She's the UN Special Rapporteur for Palestine. She's wonderful. She has been saying, Francesca Albanese. And she's been saying the UN General Assembly just has to do a stronger resolution and we can end this and have a free Palestine. Thank you very much.
First, thank you very much for that information. Wananga University, because we get all new kinds of information, which is great. We're just going to have Ali for the chant, and I think we do have another speaker.
You can repeat after me. We don't want your two states. We want 1948.
We want 1948.
We don't want your two states.
We don't want your two states.
We want 1948.
We want 1948.
We don't want your two states.
We don't want your two states.
We want 1948.
We want 1948.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
القدس راجعين شهداء الملايين القدس راجعين شهداء الملايين القدس راجعين شهداء الملايين.
Okay, we have another speaker. What's your name? Ruby. Hi, Ruby. What are you going to talk about today, Ruby? Okay, go for it, Ruby.
Kia ora. My name is Ruby. I'm from New Zealand, but I've been living in Berlin for the last few years. And I just wanted to very briefly acknowledge the huge, huge privilege that we have here in New Zealand to be able to protest, to be able to speak out against this genocide without... Yeah. It's a privilege that not everybody has. Without the fear of police brutality, without the fear of losing our jobs, our visas, without businesses being closed, without the fear of being attacked on the street, to be able to openly wear the kufiyah. This is a huge privilege, and I think we need to acknowledge how lucky we are here. Thank you. Freiheit für Palästina!
Thank you, Ruby. I think we understood what you meant when you said it's a privilege. We have another speaker. Kia ora matua. What's your name, Matu?
Assalamu alaikum. Kia ora. My name is Omar.
Omar, mashallah. What are you going to speak about today, Omar?
Well, personal thoughts, humanity.
Sounds great.
Kia ora. Zionist Israeli genocide in Palestine started in 1948. In fact, it started before that. You have a lot of questions and no answers. Actually, answers sits in the definitions. What is the Zionist and what is the humanist? Well, before 1948, there was a Holocaust. We didn't know anything about it. it wasn't that documented like what we are seeing today. We are still paying for the Holocaust. How much we are going to pay for what we are seeing today? Well, I am a doctor, an ethicist, who is alleviating pain for patients coming to the surgeries. I don't know how can we live knowing that the woman, pregnant woman, give birth with cesarean section with no anesthesia. When we give anesthesia for a patient for amputation or something like that, we give regional anesthesia, but at the time of sewing the bone, we have to put the patient into sleep, not to remember this moment. How can we amputate the children without anesthesia? And how can we as a world, as a human being, living in this world, watching this, seeing this, with no actions? We cannot deliver anesthetic medication, drugs to those people. At least, well, this genocide will end as any other genocide. Tomorrow, the day after, or the day after, Palestine will be free. But we are going to live with this. Whoever kept silent, knowing all of these atrocities. Well, I don't find in my Arabic language or in English or any other language, how can I define what I'm seeing? But it will stay as staining the humanity of those people living nowadays. Thank you.
شكرا جزاك الله خير. Anybody else? Please come forward, Matwa. Kia ora. Walaikum salam. What's your name, sir?
Jay.
Jay. Okay, Jay, what are you going to talk about today, Jay?
I'm actually just going to build on the last two speakers, right?
Okay, go for it.
Humanity and our freedom, right? We've been coming here for more than a year, guys, right? All of us standing out here. We all know what is happening. We all know what has to be done. This speech is for those people who are walking past and strolling by like it's, like nothing is wrong in the world. There is plenty wrong in the world, and what I'm about to say is very quick. I'm not going to bore you with a speech here, a very long speech. What is happening in Palestine right now is not controversial, it's not hard to dissect, right? The killing of women and children should not happen, ever. Doesn't matter where it is. If it was happening in New Zealand right now, I bet you the New Zealand police would be onto that right now. Yes? Right. The criminals will be caught. They'll be put through our criminal justice system and they will be put into prison. Yes? Alright. So why the hell is this happening in the rest of the world right now, especially in Palestine? Why are we seeing all these atrocities being committed without justice? This is unfair and it cannot go on. There is no humanity. Thank you. Free, free!
Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Anybody else? Come on, build that courage, dig deep, and kick yourself tonight. Otherwise we have to listen to Neil. That's all right, that's all right. Anybody else? Come on, you can do this. Your own language. There's one chance. Keep one chance. Come on, you can do this, people. So our Tamariki do it? All right, he's going to take 10 seconds. Shall we give him 10 seconds? Yeah, we're kind. It's Christmas time.
I'm speaking now because I was reminded of something some other speaker said. But I'm going to say, I heard recently that when the United Nations moved into Korea and the Korean War, it was by a decision of the General Assembly, not of the Security Council. And I would also like to point out, I heard in the news the other day that the United Kingdom, with the Prime Minister Keir Starmer, has the chairmanship of the Security Council. And they have vetoed Security Council resolutions for ceasefire.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Fire. So we're going to have a round of applause for Fire over here. You want to do Fire? What's your name? Kay, all right. What are you going to speak about today, Kay? The reasons why she's been coming. Thank you. We look forward to it.
Kia ora tātou, o kei whakaingoa. Nui te hariki ki te koutou, te nui te pauri ia rā. And the sadness is every day is great. I sort of like really timidly think, have I got the taha to come up here and speak to people? Last night I rummaged through a zillion things that everybody really, I feel that a lot of people here are so well informed about. Some people, in fact, that I know from some decades, I don't even know how long ago, when I attended meetings like this in a past life. But I think, as we all know, that this is as bad as it gets. I could go for a zillion reasons. I almost thought about reading out a letter that they don't seem to want my letters recently about our complicity, New Zealand's complicity in this and RIMPAC. I've always had letters in the past published, but that seems to be a no-go. So, and I do feel that has to judge that level of complicity. I have also shared with friends, with Palestinian colleagues who are around our sense of helplessness each time that we come along. They often think, and I feel struggling sometimes to get those words out. How on earth must my Palestinian friends feel? However, I think that what I keep hearing over and over again, and I have often thought too, the other thing like we've often shared is, if only we be there as many people utmost respect. But every time I come, I take heart from everything that people say about why we're here and why we mustn't give up. Why in actual fact we go, haere tono, keep going. Hea te mea nui I tēnā, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. What is the greatest thing in this world? It is people, it is humanity.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Kira. So we have a poem by Taya Pakan. Taya is a member of PSNA.
And you're welcome to close your eyes. This poem's also for everyone who is walking by, because I believe if you're here, you're definitely thinking of others. So the poem's called Think of Others. As you prepare your breakfast, think of others. Do not forget the pigeons' food. As you wage your wars, think of others. Do not forget those who seek peace. As you pay your water bill, think of others, those who are nursed by clouds. As you return home to your home, think of others. Do not forget the people of the cabs. As you sleep and count the stars, think of others, those who have nowhere to sleep. As you express yourself in metaphor, think of others, those who have lost the right to speak. others far away, think of yourself. If only I were a candle in the dark. Kia ora.
Kia ora Taiaba. We're just about out of time. If there's anybody else, last chance, last chance. Nobody else? Okay, Ali has twisted his dad's arm. Abdullah will say something. Thank you, Abdullah. This is Ali's dad. Give him a round of applause, please. He has to deal with a warrior every day.
Kia ora, assalamu alaikum. Ali asked me to say some words, but I'm thinking what I can say. As a Palestinian from Gaza, I would like to thank every one of you. Everyone who sharing the humanity with us. Everyone who made the history in this country. More than 65 weeks, you guys leave everything and come here and everywhere around in New Zealand to show your support, to show your solidarity. We as a Palestinian, we as a Gazans, we will never ever forget that. We have more than 35 branches around the New Zealand, and all of them have activity, protest of the British. Every week we have a lot of activities. Our people in Palestine, our people in Gaza saying that, and they acknowledge and thank you for that, and they make them more stronger, and they will continue fighting until Palestine will be free. As a Palestinian, we promise it will be the last war. It will be the last war, and we will rebuild Gaza. We will rebuild Gaza, not more beautiful, because Gaza was beautiful. We will rebuild Gaza as before. And now I remember, as Mahmoud Darwish was said, خذوا ما شئتم من أرضنا وارحلوا. خذوا من لحمنا من بحرنا من ملحنا من قمحنا وارحلوا. Take whatever from our land, from our sand, from our blood, and leave us alone. Leave us with our dream. As a Palestinian, we always saying, I know the time is running, but the last sentence, إنا باقون ما بقي الزعتر والزيتون. We will stay there as a za'atar and olive tree. Again, thank you very much, and Palestine will be free, and all of you will see that day. Thank you very much.
We have a song where Rana will come up with a song, and nothing better than the voice of the people. I think Abdullah just touched the nerve, but we will have Rana restore us to health again. Restore us to health, Rana.
You are the health. We're gonna sing a song that is a nice way of I think just like going out of our head and just feeling. And it's a remix, so it has an Arabic part and it has an English part. If you're not understanding the words, just feel it. And then the words that are in English, Maya is going to sing because she's better in this than me. And it is a melody for songs that have been written and coded by Palestinian women as an act of resilience when they needed to communicate with their husbands and their father that are in prison. It is a tarwida, and this one is called Ya Tali'in al-Jabal. Ready? يا طالعين عين الجبل يا مول الموقدين النار بين اليمن يمان عين للهنا يا روح ما بدي منك لكم خلعة ولا لا 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 بدي زنار بين اليمن يمان عين للهنا يا روح إلا غزال اللي تجوي اللي يكون ميدوم بين اليمن يمان عين للهنا يا روح ما بدي منك لكم خلعة ولا لا 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 بدي ملبوس بين اليمن يمان عين للهنا يا روح الحلم اللي كان رح يفتح باب الدكان بكرة بنرجع زي زمانه تصيروا تيجوا عنا شعبنا جبار ما نسيوا مفتاح الدار كبروا أطفال الحجارة معهم ريحة الحارة مشتاقة أرجع عند ترابك يا أقصانا أوصل بابك ونتلاقى نحضن أهلنا نطمن أطفالنا في بلاد السلام شامل لاليار ويلي للدير الشامل لاليار ويلي لو عالي ليلى الابواب قولوا لم تفتح شامل لاليار ويلي لو واني الليلة لبعث مع الليل الريح الشامل لاليار ويلي لو يا صيلي اروي دور ليلي على الحبيب يا بايار ويلي
Last night I had a dream in the land of olive trees. From the river to the sea, my people tasted freedom. Soon those hellish skies turn to blue starry nights as the voices start to rise. We're ending in a part-time. Hold on, just a little longer. We're going home. Just a little longer, hold on. Glory's round the corner, we're going home with our waving flag.
يا طالعين عيد للجبل يا مول الموقدين النار بين اليمن يمان عيد للهنا يا روح ما بدي منك لكم خلعة ولا لا 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 بدي من نار بين اليمن يمان عين للهنا يا روح إلا غزال اللي تجوي اللي يكون محفوظ بين اليمن يمان عين للهنا يا روح
Another round of applause. We have come to the end. We'll just ask finally Anne to give us a quick update on the Treaty of Waitangi happenings. Fire will give us a quick update and then we'll end the day's proceedings.
Now, kia ora te whānau, anō. Just a reminder for the 7th of January next year, so we've got 17 days to make sure we oppose the Treaty of Bill, Principles Bill, 7th of January. It does help if you add a personal touch of how it affects you. Think of your tūpuna. This is one of the last bastions that we have to be able to stand up against the neocon policies that the ACT Party and the three-headed geese are trying to implement. So 7th of January, e te whānau, remember to get those submissions in on the parliamentary website. There's also another bill that's going under the radar. It's the Regulatory Standards Bill. And that will determine what laws and regulations look like in the future. And guess who's in charge of that? David Seymour. So that's the 13th of January. So just file something. We've got to oppose both of those bills. So 7th of January and the 13th of January. So you've got some homework, whānau. Kia ora.
Father, you can't leave because we're at the end of the karakia, but we just want to say thank you to all who've attended today. And thank you for your voices that we heard today. And if you didn't have a chance, maybe next time then. Yeah. So, thank you. Shukran, jazakallah khair. Kia ora for coming.